this video, I want to talk a little bit about the philosophy of science and as to, I guess, how that relates to a couple terms. Which first one is underdetermination. The other is called holism. Talked a little bit about underdetermination in previous videos. What that is we are trying to test for things, and we're trying to do experiments and trying to, I guess, figure stuff out and trying to test for things and find out what is true. However, what underdetermination is when we have a certain amount of data, and this amount of data that we have could mean a lot of different things, and we don't have like a solid truth here. We don't have a solid truth as to what we're obviously moving towards figuring something out. And when we have the problem of underdetermination, we don't have enough data to, I guess, pin down what we're after. We have a certain amount of data, and we can, which can possibly mean many different things, and that occurs possibly due to error, and possibly due to unobservables and untestable things, and that's a lot of things that happens. And this relates to holism, in that people like who, I guess I'm gonna relate to the logical positivist Morris Schlick, because he says that every single hypothesis and every single scientific statement has to be tested of its own accord. I believe that's in his article called Positivism and Realism. It could be in his article Foundation of Knowledge. I don't recall correctly, but he does say that. And he does say that every single statement has to be tested of its own accord, which means separately from other statements. Now, that is not holism. What holism is, and I want to do a video with my whiteboard talking about holism and the web of belief, which is which is talking about the philosophers W.V. Quine and Pierre Duhem. They have a really, I'm really on their side in this whole thing. Holism is where we test a group of hypotheses that go together. We have a group of hypotheses that go together and all kind of move towards similar conclusions, and they all belong in some sort of system of statements or system of beliefs. And we test each statement or hypothesis of that group of statements in its group, and not of its own accord as a whole. Thus, holism. We test it of the whole group's accord, each statement as to how it is with the whole group. And this kind of relates to the epistemological theory of coherentism, where we don't have basic beliefs, where if we're testing each statement of its own accord by itself separately, that is more akin to a foundationalist system of epistemology. So that's kind of like a little bit of a, I guess, a discussion as to how underdetermination and holism are related. And I guess what I'm thinking about is that I think that it's better to test a statement as to how it relates to the other statements around it, and as to how it is a part of the group, because I think testing a statement of its own accord is going to lead to more issues of underdetermination. Excuse me, I think that we can more accurately move towards scientific knowledge and growing our scientific knowledge when we test statements or hypotheses as they are part of a system or part of a theory even. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you think I've messed up any of these concepts, or if you just have a question about anything. Just comment below. I'd love to discuss with you. And thank you for watching.